Welcome. Today we're gonna look at 5 Oink games you can play at the beach.
If your country allows you to actually go to the beach, and even if you do, you should follow all safety recommendations. Depending on your country recommendations, you might have to stay inside, so please do and be safe. You can play these games at home.
Oink Games is a Japanese publisher that has been creating incredible small box games for about 10 years now. And because they're so portable and fun, they make perfect games for you to take with you outside. So in no particular order, we start with Deep Sea Adventure. A game for 2 to 6 players that you can play in 30 minutes. In Deep Sea Adventure, you go on a submarine trying to find treasures in the sea. Except that due to the global pollution, you only find plastic waste and cry. As you go deeper underwater, you also consume oxygen from a shared oxygen tank. And if it runs out, everyone dies. And any treasures they were carrying sink to the bottom of the sea. It's a great family game. So simple and so fun. Moving on to number 2, we have Startups. A game for 3 to 7 players that you can play in 20 minutes. In Startups, players take on the role of investors investing in companies with promising names like the Giraffe Beer, the Hippo Power Tech, or the Elephant Mars Travel. The player who invests the most in a company gets money from all the other players who also invested in that company. It's like a Ponzi scheme. Startups is a cool card game that you can play over and over again. Moving on to number 3, we have a modern classic, Modern Art. An auction game for 3 to 5 players that you can play in 60 minutes. This is the Oink's edition of the famous 1992 game by Reiner Knizia, and in my opinion, it is the best one. Players will be buying paintings in a series of open, blind, and fixed price auctions. Some artists will be more valuable than others, so investing in the right one at the right time is critical to win. Modern Art is an incredible game in a beautiful package. Moving on to number 4, we have Insider. A 4 to 8 player game that you can play in 15 minutes. And I challenge you to open it using one hand. Insider is a social deduction game where players try to guess words as a group using only yes and no questions. But there's a catch. A member of the group known as the Insider will be asking questions only to lead the group in the wrong direction. Last but not least, a fake artist goes to New York. A game for 5 to 10 players that you can play in 20 minutes. In this game, players will have to work together to paint a great masterpiece. Each player will draw a line of the same painting, but just like in the previous game, one player doesn't know what he's drawing. The results are amazing. True artistic achievements. And there you have it. 5 awesome games by Oink that you can play on the beach with everyone and have a great time. So if you're a painter, or buying startups, or going on an adventure in a submarine, just remember to put on some sunscreen. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also to notimeforgames.store. We're gonna launch a store with some really cool board game related products. So subscribe to the mailing list and I'll let you know once we launch. Thank you.